Hi, my name is Leslie O'Loughlin, and it's an honor to be here, and I'm excited to welcome all of you beautiful souls to today's webinar. I'd like to introduce you to Sharon Svenson. She has made a difference and changed my life, and I'd like to give a brief background. She has been guiding international clients through coaching, meditations, and workshops for over 10 years. She has made changes, positive changes in their lives as well as mine. These beautiful states that we achieve are conducive to letting go of heavy emotions, sabotaging our beliefs, but we can soak up these positive suggestions for higher truths and she acts as an energy catalyst that connects us with the divine, and it moves us to new points in our lives. She helps us by lifting our anxieties, works with our physical ailments, autoimmune diseases, allergies, asthma, diabetes, migraine headaches, the list goes on. Many of us can attest to positive changes that when we live our lives, there's a different way that we can think things through. But Sharon, I'd like for you to explain to all of us in more detail what exactly is an energy catalyst.
Oh, I love that question. I think when I first heard the term, I didn't really know what they were talking about. So when I got what it really meant, it's like, oh, that's something that I do. So it can be really easily demonstrated by the example of you have friends in your life that have positive expectations about you, Leslie, so that when you get together, they expect good things from you. They expect to have a joyful and fun time. Does that feel true?
Yes, it does, actually.
And then you have probably other people in your life too that have expectations that are negative for whatever reason, that they've judged you for some reason. And you've probably found yourself raising to their expectations.
That's right too.
So in one case, we'd say a friend is holding this joyful, positive expectation energy, and in another case, they would be holding an energy of negative expectations. So that's part of what an energy catalyst does. Is my belief is that truly all of us are joyful beings, and that our natural state is a whole state, so that in so many different ways, I'm going to that higher energy, that high vibration that we've actually physically felt. Like when you walk into a room and you feel somebody angry, or you walk into a room and you feel somebody joyful and happy. So I'm going up to this beautiful high vibration where you are healthy. You do feel peaceful. This state where you do access that inner knowing of what I would say is higher truth. So to me, an energy catalyst is knowing that for you and going to that beautiful high place. Does that make sense?
Because that's true. When you talk, you can pick up those energy, and that's a great way to put it, from people who are positive, and then from people who are negative. And so you just automatically gravitate towards those that are positive. And so it's like, how do we become that way and achieve that more positive state?
And that leads us to where we're going to go tonight, that one of the things that really trips us up is we have this misperception that we need to look to others and to what they want. We need to please them or meet their expectations. When truly the path and the way to everything that we want is by tapping into our inner guidance and letting that guide us and lead us the way. So, first of all, does that make sense to you?
Well, it does. Yes, but I'd still like for you to go into a little bit more detail.
About which part?
Well, tapping into our inner guidance, and you know, if people have certain expectations, what if we misinterpret that?
Okay, so I love that.
Yeah, yes, go ahead.
Let's start with what does tapping into your inner guidance means. I think that brings a lot of confusion to people.
Yes.
That our emotions are our guidance. Okay, so, and I think everybody knows this, that the purpose of life is joy. And you might say, no, that's not the purpose of life. But to give a couple of different examples, when you go to that place of all is well, it's a feeling of coming home. And when you go to it feels natural, doesn't it? When you feel joyful and happy,
Yes.
it feels right. It's like, this is right. This is how it's supposed to be. And then we go to that place where we feel fearful, we feel anxiety, and it's a sense of there is something wrong. Life is not supposed to be this way. Well, that is really, it's giving us all the information that we need, because the purpose of life really is joy, and we can feel it. It's like, yes, this is where I'm supposed to be. This feels right. And when we're in those other emotions like fear, anxiety, scared, frustration, whatever it might be, it feels there's something that calls within us to move forward, to move past that. So I'm not saying that there's something wrong with having those emotions of fear or scared. It's our guidance. It's a good thing. It's calling us to the joy. So to give an example, a little kid who came to you scared, you wouldn't send them away or say, well, just be quiet. You would listen to their fears. And then you would give them soothing and comfort and relief. And that's a big part of what we're going to do today, where I'm going to be the energy catalyst and offer up these higher vibrations, but not to suppress or pretend like we don't have emotions or guidance, but to let the light come in and bring them the soothing and the relief and the comfort. Just like if you stepped into a room and maybe you were feeling all your troubles, and there was a little child playing there and they were so joyful and happy, and you just let yourself be infused with that beautiful, joyful energy as well. So hopefully I haven't gotten too off track. That to me, our inner guidance is tapping into those emotions and letting those emotions guide us to that place of joy, to centeredness and peace. And when we connect with that place of centeredness and peace, and I'm sure you've experienced it, you can connect up with the wisdom and the clarity, where you just kind of know what the next natural step is, where things start to become clear.
That's true. And as you know, that and maybe others also, I really struggle with anxiety. And so, and I'd be very excited that if we could share some of what you take me through to kind of bring that all together, that I don't need to stay in any of that I can go up this emotional ladder to peace and joy. I think that
beautiful. Yeah. Let's do in fact, we'll ask the audience to just relax. Whether they're seated, they can just make themselves as comfortable as possible, or if they have a chance to lay back. I always recommend people, just like if I was doing a session, I want people to have their cell phones off. So see if at home you can eliminate whatever distractions so that you can just really be present and get the most benefit. So go ahead, Leslie, and just take a nice comfortable breath, everybody in the audience. And as you exhale, let your eyes close. Just feel the softness. Let's imagine the body just totally letting go, relaxing, muscles just super soft, super comfortable, peaceful feeling, a sense of just kind of breathing in just this joyful, fresh air, comfortable, relaxed, soft, open and receptive to what we'll share tonight, open and receptive to letting go of old ways that don't work. And what I was saying before, Leslie, about when you walk into a room and Maybe you see a child playing and they're just so playful and joyful, to allow ourselves to go to that feeling of lightness, playfulness, joyfulness. And just relax. Breathe in that peaceful feeling. To me, it's a sense of turning on a light in a dark room, that if any kind of feelings of uncomfortableness come up, that we want to just relax into it. Just like if a child came to you that was scared, when you just give them the comfort, the reassurance, and they just kind of melt into those beautiful feelings, that's what we want to do. We want to melt into the comfort, the softness, that we want to let go of judgments about emotions. Emotions are natural. So whether it's feeling rejected or feeling guilty or feeling hurt, to just kind of hear this, that you're supposed to be human. You're supposed to make mistakes. You're not supposed to know it all. You're not supposed to have it all together. You're not supposed to have the answers for everyone. No one appointed you God. This beautiful freeing feeling of just kind of letting go of the inner voices, people that said you weren't good enough, because that's a lie, that you're supposed to figure it out as you went along the way. And that means making mistakes, experimenting, trying different things. We want to turn to this broader perspective, whether you call it a perspective from God, whether you call it the universe, infinite intelligence, but this love energy, this soft energy, this benevolent energy. And just let that flood your body. Imagine it just loosening, bringing softness to the heart area, bringing softness to the forehead, and just filling the shoulders and the neck with this beautiful, joyful, and soft energy. And just go ahead and open your eyes, Leslie, and everybody at home, open your eyes. Nice. Just breathe in the soft feelings, just a kind of a taste of how easy it can be. Now, different people are going to have different experiences, and that'd be great to talk about that too, that for some of you, you were able to just go immediately to a peaceful place. What was your experience, Leslie?
We've worked together for a while now, and so I'm able to do that I can just focus on what you're saying. And it just empties my mind of all these thoughts running around that might cause anxiety. And just listen to focusing on being centered, peaceful, and connected. And I really like that.
Okay, so
I
like that
too. It did take a while
to
get here.
Yeah, and that we're all at different places, and it can be different at different times. So that there's nothing wrong. For those of you at home that maybe you felt tension or anxiety that started to come up. And once again, I'm just going to ask you, and we're going to offer some different meditations throughout our time together today, to just relax into it, to let go of the judgment of the emotions, to let go if actually physically things feel uncomfortable, to relax into it, and to just kind of experience a taste of what it can be like. And I'm going to ask you, Leslie, to go to that higher vibration, that higher joyful energy. But first, let's talk a little bit more about what it can look like if we don't take things personally. So let's take an example of having other people's voices in our head. So I'm not talking schizophrenic, but those inner voices of mom or different people in our lives. So could you think of an example of having an inner voice in your head that just doesn't serve you, doesn't bless your life?
Well, it's so easy to, when I hear people make comments, to go into some emotions that are, like guilt or shame, or I don't know, it doesn't, but there's hurt and rejection. I mean, it's like I feel like these people are judging me. I do take their comments personally. But then I realize, well, wait a second. Maybe I don't know where they're coming from. I don't know what prompted comments. It may have nothing to do with the way how I interpreted them. So I don't know specifically off the top of my head, maybe what you're looking for. But as a mom, yeah, my kids say things, and it's real easy for me to go, oh.
Okay, beautiful. So give me an example maybe of what something one of your kids might share.
Well, oh, here's one. I have a tendency to, if I'm supposed to be somewhere on time, I kind of just throw in all sorts of stuff to just get done before I leave. And so that kind of makes me there on time or maybe a few minutes late. And I do get comments like, geez, Mom, you're late again.
Oh, okay.
Well,
so I love that. So there's all kinds of things that are kind of being stirred up.
Yes.
You're going to their comment, and not only are you feeling them judging you, but you're judging yourself. So I like that. That judgment of ourselves, we often have been trained up with the idea or the belief that we have to be tough on ourselves in order to make ourselves behave and do the things that really will serve and bless our lives. But that truly, it's a lie, that we don't have to judge ourselves, that the truth is inherent within each and every one of us is the desire for life to go well for us. We do want to feel good. We do want life to go well. But when we feel those pressures, both as you experienced, you felt like it was coming outside of you, as well as internally, you were feeling the pressure too. So that it didn't take you to a place of clear-mindedness and being able to move forward from where you're at. Because Leslie, guess what? You're human, that you're still figuring it out and finding your way. And truly, you can be aware of the knowing of, you know what, I would like to be more timely. That would be great. But I've also noticed that maybe for you, as I get closer to things, it focuses me. And I start to think of all the things that I need to get accomplished and achieved. So it's good to know that I am taking care of those things and getting them done. But that would feel good to give myself more time to start to get focused just before I'm going to leave, so that I can be on time. And you could accomplish that without making yourself feel guilty. You could accomplish that without going to that place of judgment. So if you go to the place of feeling like it's coming outside of somebody, it's more of a feeling of feeling judged and pressured and somebody else dictating the agenda, which doesn't feel good, does it?
No, it doesn't. No.
But if you come from a place within of, you have the agenda, this is my goal, this is what I've decided, you're more likely to follow through and take the steps. Does that feel true?
Well, it is true. And if you know, if you're just dealing with yourself here, it's easier to handle. If you're trying to bring in all that outside, when you think somebody is making some comments and I take them personally, and it makes me feel guilty or whatever, yeah, that's too much. So I like what you're saying about just work with me, work with what's inside me.
Yeah, so in so many ways, taking it personally, what we're really saying is let everybody else's voices go and go within. Really tap into your goals and what you want and let go of that outside noise. So let's go ahead and do another guided meditation. And once again, keeping our eyes open for a second. Go ahead and take a nice comfortable breath. And as you exhale, close your eyes and just feel this really soft energy. We're going to tap into this infinite, unconditional light and feel it, almost like this beautiful ocean air maybe that just is infusing into your body, this just soft energy. You weren't supposed to have it all figured out. You weren't supposed to have it all together. So this freeing feeling of it's okay. It's okay that we are still learning, we're still evolving, we're still honing where we want to go, and and learning and moving forward. And that's beautiful, that to let it be okay, that people around us are doing the same thing. So, oh, it just feels so beautiful to give them the wiggle room to be human, to still be figuring it out, that what they're saying to you really doesn't have anything to do with them. It's about their journey, their emotions, their guidance. And just let whatever emotions come up. You might feel different areas of the body, like the neck. It might feel like it's going a little bit more tense. And just relax, just let the softness come in. Maybe you notice a melting or a softening around the eyes and the forehead. It's like filling the chest, flowing through the arms, the back. Just a beautiful energy, just infusing the body, bringing softness, release. And let's go ahead and open our eyes. What was your experience? Did any discomfort come up, or did you feel comfortable throughout?
I did, but of course I'd had some experience to get there, and I kind of know now what to filter through. But I did have, as we were sitting there, I was thinking, it's so easy to, feel hurt or rejection when we take things personal. And I don't know if you want to address that a little bit more, maybe, because I use my kids, and so it brought up feelings of guilt. But how about hurt and rejection? That when people say something, and we just like, oh, that's hurtful.
Yeah, and then we go to a place of feeling self-righteous or judging them, and thinking, well, that's not the way people should behave. That's not the right way to be, and we make them wrong. And we think that, and in some ways it can protect us. It can make us feel more peaceful when we lift that feeling of something's wrong with us. But truly what's going to serve us is not making them wrong, but really realizing that they're human beings too. If they're feeling scared, guess what? They're not going to be offering up joyful, loving sentiments. But that it's not anything to do with you. And how freeing is that? Because people are going to continue to have emotions, that there's so many different ideas out there of the right or wrong way to be. I know I've heard different scenarios from friends. Like I remember one friend sharing with me that they had a guest that came, and he did not bring the gift that she thought was a requirement for people that came to visit, and how he was being disrespectful, and it said so much about his personality, and I kind of went to the place immediately of, oh, well, sometimes, I have not brought a gift. And I've had people that have come to my house, and sometimes they've brought gifts, and sometimes they haven't. And it doesn't really have anything to do with anything. That we can have a joyful and connecting and beautiful time, but it's kind of these made-up rules in our heads that we come up with. So what is it that I want? Well, I want to welcome whoever comes into my home, whether they bring a gift or not, to know that we can have a joyful and happy and beautiful time. So when you change your priority, which is the priority is to feel good, to feel good about the person coming, to feel good about yourself, then it changes everything. Instead of, oh, are they meeting the rules, or are they following through? It kind of reminds me of another example of another friend who she had a daughter-in-law that came to visit. And she was saying, sharing later with a couple of her friends, that just how disrespectful and how stressful the visit was because she didn't follow the rules. And so I asked the friend, well, did you tell her the rules? It's like, no, she didn't tell her the rules. She was just supposed to intuit and know them. And it's just like we line ourselves up for trouble as we judge people, or Another example would be another friend just saying how she had this lovely vacation with another friend. But then near the end of their vacation, the friend started to lose it and to go to a very stressful place, and was kind of ranting and raving about all the ills and terrible things in life. And she went to a place of just being really angry and mad. So
see, now that's a good example, because if that happened to me, I would like, oh, what did I do wrong? And
I love that. Yeah.
What did I do wrong here?
Yeah. Instead of going to a place of, it doesn't have anything to do with me, that they're at the end of their rope, that it's like they're ranting and raving because it's like they don't have any more resources, and maybe stirred up trouble within them, and they've gone to these different emotions. What if we didn't take it personally? We didn't, and so often we kind of feed the negative emotion with our own negative emotion, because we'll go to a place of, well, what's wrong with you? That's not the right way to behave. And whenever you're pushing against somebody, it's like they're going to push back. It's just going to feed fuel. But if we can go to that place of feeling centered and peaceful and giving them that space to vent and find their way, that it can often dissipate the situation. So, and I just want to add a caveat that I'm not saying that we should allow abuse to take place. In fact, if anything, when we don't take personally somebody else's opinions about us or what they say or their emotions, it makes it so much clearer to say yes to the things that feel appropriate and right, whether it's a situation. And it's just easier to say no to the situations that don't, so that you have more boundaries and more balance.
That's good. That's good. And I'm thinking of a few of my own friends, as you were talking about some of yours, that sometimes just being in their presence can be very tiring and wearing. But if you don't take it personal and just kind of like be centered and connected, that they don't bring you down, that you're able to stay grounded.
Yeah, it's just such a freeing feeling when you can be with someone and you can give them that space to vent, and you don't take it personally. You know, it doesn't have anything to do with you. And I've seen it again and again where it just feels so good that you can stay in that space, and they're able to come back into that place of peace a lot sooner. Or if they don't, then you don't have to stay around. I know when my husband has gone to that place, and I'm able to stay in a place of peace, but it's like he's not tapped in or tuned into that. That's okay. I don't have to stay there. I can take myself off to another room, or I can go to the gym and work out, or whatever it might be. Where I love the point that you brought up earlier, that we think that it's up to us to make them feel peaceful. And that's part of where we get angry. Like, well, I don't know how to make you feel peaceful. I don't know how to take you to that place. And that can make us feel angry at them, when it's really those feelings of disempowerment that's making us feel angry. So that truly what other people think of us is just really none of our business. And it's not our business to carry their emotions and feelings. A lot of us will think that I need to tap into this person's feelings so that they really feel heard and that I'm there for them. But we all think within our own minds that you can't feel somebody else's feeling, and you can easily and quickly, like for instance, if I feel that you're feeling scared, I don't have to carry those emotions for you. I can really quickly go to that place because I've experienced it before and recognize and know, oh, Leslie's feeling scared. So then I can go to that place of not carrying those feelings, but offering up maybe soothing or comfort And maybe you'll be in an open, receptive place to come with me, and maybe you won't. And that's what's so beautiful is when we don't feel those feelings of feeling scared, then we can go to that centered and peaceful place where we know, you know what would be better? To just give her own space. Or maybe
Yes.
I'll just have the right words to say to you, but I'm not here to take credit to make you feel good. You have to figure that out on your own. And oftentimes we're thinking, she's looking to me to solve it. Or we think that we have to take credit for solving the problems. But to allow myself to say, you know what, sometimes I just know the best thing I can do is just leave you alone. And let you come back to that place of peace, or your kids, or a teenager, or your parent, or your spouse, and to give them that space. And then we give them the message too that you're in charge of your own feelings, and happiness really is an inside job.
That is so true. And I've been thinking as you're talking about some of my own instances where we've had those that excuse me, give and take with this negativity, saying things, and it ends up interpreting it, taking it personal, and I'll walk away and I feel so bad.
Yeah.
Through some of the tools that you help me work through these opportunities is, you know, I'll pat myself on the shoulder and say, oh, okay, you are feeling this way, it's all right. But how about, let's change that. Let's now go to, let them be. You don't know where they're coming from. Some of the people in my life, I don't know their stories. They've said some things. I've taken them personally, but how about, this is about me taking care of me and what's inside of me, and let them be, because I can't interpret.
Nice.
Correctly,
Yeah.
You know, of what I think, because if I think they're judging me, well, I'm judging myself. And I don't want that. I want to be, you know, peace. I want to feel peace and calmness. So give myself permission to feel hurt for a minute, and then walk through those steps of
nice.
Of peace and then ultimately joy.
Well, I think what we can do next is let's do a little bit of a longer meditation, and we'll end with that. But we have more of these videos to come to share with different tips and tools, and to connect with you so that you can feel a more joyful and peaceful life. And then the bonus is different things like being free of panic, anxiety, depression, different illnesses and diseases. So just settle in, and if you can lay down, excellent. Turn off any distractions if possible. So go ahead, and keeping the eyes open, take a nice comfortable breath. And as you exhale, close your eyes, and let's connect with that higher vibration, which is soft energy, playful energy. Let the sound of my voice just guide you to this beautiful, open, receptive state, and feel all the outside noises just going into the background. They're not important. Just relaxing. Letting the shoulders drop, the muscles go super comfortable, super relaxed. Open and receptive to all that I have to offer up. But this freeing feeling, like a duck in water, it's an effortless and easy feeling. The duck doesn't have to push the water out. That water and oil don't mix. So we can stay in this relaxed state. And if a suggestion doesn't resonate, if it doesn't feel right to you, just like water off a duck's back, just beads off, effortless and easy. Just feel this beautiful freeing feeling that you can be open and receptive. You can come from an open heart with your friends, with the people around you, that you don't have to take it personally, that you can just let it bead off you like water off a duck's back, that truly they're not out to make your life miserable. They're not out to screw or mess you, that they're truly doing the best that they can, given their knowledge, wisdom, and abilities. That the purpose of life is joy, and the joys and the now moments along the way. And just feel yourself relax. Feel that soft energy flooding the body. Just feel every cell opening up, receiving the softness. To feel peaceful if fearful feelings come up, or feelings that feel scared. That's just so normal, so natural. Just relax into it. It's like we don't have to be afraid of our emotions. They're not an indicator that anything is wrong with us. In fact, they're part of our guidance. They're that beautiful system, just like our ability to feel hot and cold. It takes care of us. It protects us. It keeps us safe. It guides us to the comfortable spot. And that comfortable spot that we want to be guided to is the joy, the peace. In fact, that's who you are. Everything is right with you. That you are a joyful being. And let's breathe in that feeling. You felt it, different moments, different times. It's a feeling of coming back into who you are, a joyful being. A connected being to that infinite intelligence. And from that beautiful place, we connects with the wisdom and that infinite knowledge that's accessible to all of us. That everything is right with you. It really is. That you're not your mistakes. You're not those negative voices that other people have offered up. That you're not those limited ideas or beliefs that you've picked up along the way. And just breathe in the energy that feels so expansive, so light, so freeing. And just relax into it. Breathing it in that we didn't come to carry other people's pain or suffering. The beautiful deal is that it's okay that you feel joyful even when others are still trying to figure it out and find their way, that we can truly be of service to others by being the joy, being the peace. It's okay to kind of drop that heavy baggage or weight. Maybe you've been carrying your children's pain and suffering. It's okay to feel good even when you don't have all the answers. Maybe you've been carrying these beliefs around about who you are because of your financial situation, or because of these feelings of inadequacy. That those are just outside voices. When we connect up to that infinite energy and feel the softness flood your body right now, that you're whole, that everything is right with you, that you're loved, that you're beautiful, that you're precious. It's like I can just feel this release, just feel this letting go, this beautiful infusion of joyful energy. And go ahead, coming back into this time and place, opening up your eyes. And yeah, thank you. Thank you everybody for joining us. Did you have any comments that you wanted to share? Any experiences that you wanted to share for our last meditation?
Sharon, that was just excellent. I hope that others will continue, all of you continue to join Sharon in these videos and learn from her like I have learned from her. She's helped me to look at life in a more positive, calming, and I feel more positive, calm. I reached that state of joy. It took a while to get here, but I thank you, Sharon. And so thank you for having me be a part of this webinar as well.
Well, thank you for being with me. You're such a blessing in my life. So until we meet again next time, look out for whether it's on Facebook or in your email for more videos to come. Blessings. Bye.